What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Nikki here, and in today's video we're going to be going over week 5 of the options trader journey, me trying to become a decent options trader, and I put it in quotes because your girl is fresh at it, okay? But the journey is half the battle. The journey is really the fun, and you already know the drill. Let's get it.
Ooh, big bad. You not talking money, you can miss me with the chit chat. I'm not with the rah-rah or the
All right, y'all, so just a quick thing before this one. If you've watched any of the other videos of the training journey, I will link it down in the first comment below if you want to check it out. But you will know that this week, the last week, next week, and even maybe the week after that, maybe a little different from the original style I was doing, which was like the vlog type style in the morning and the afternoon. But I have to do what I have to do, and I have to help my parents take care of my special needs sisters. So just, it is what it is, okay? But you guys, this week was honestly pretty interesting. If you watched week 4, you know I had my first ever $100 trading day. And quite frankly, it was pretty fun, pretty exciting, but I knew I didn't want to get too high and I definitely didn't want to get too low, but I did want to take it as a little win and celebrate it, because in the journey of this options trading stuff, or just day trading in general, I feel like you have to celebrate the small stuff because it does take a lot of work, a lot of studying, a lot of hours, a lot of time. We're going to take that. We're going to roll into week 5. Now, week 5, I had to go into a different mentality of like not wanting to protect or don't lose money. Mentally, I had to kind of overcome that. And I also do not trade on Fridays because I feel like mentally I'm tired. I'm like not strong enough yet. And B, Fridays are kind of like, like there's not really a lot going on. And I do have a 9-to-5 job, so I can't just stare at charts all day. And after pretty much the first hour, it's done anyway. So I just give myself Friday off at this point. But let's hop into the charts. Let me show you what I did Monday through Thursday, because it was quite exciting. The first trade I took was on SPY. Now you can see SPY here. Okay, look at all this information. Now obviously it was early and I was sleepy and I put calls and I meant puts. But this is the first time in a very long time I've tried to trade SPY. And so I was a little bit nervous, but I also knew it was very liquid. Like I could get in and out, and it's kind of like a decent one, you know, to trade at the beginning. So I went ahead, I entered 2 puts here at the 947 candle because I saw a big move at the open to the downside, and then I saw a pennant forming here. So I'm like, okay, and I like to trade patterns, so that's what I was focusing on. So I saw this breakout on the downside. I'm like, okay, here we go. We're gonna break the pennant. I would have rather waited and saw this and maybe got in at the top of the pennant or more close to the EMAs, because I really do love the EMAs. But in hindsight's 2020, I got in here and I held this thing all the way down to the very bottom here of this fat red candle, and I was happy with it. I exited the 2 at 950, so only 3-minute trade. Overall, a green trade. It was fine. Like, I was nervous about trading it for the first time, but I'm happy with what I did here. Then after that, I got into AMD. So here's AMD, and there was a lot of kind of craziness going on here, but I entered 2 calls at the 1012 candle right here, kind of on the bottom of this green candle, thinking, okay, you know, we pulled back to these EMAs, we're gonna go back up, and my entry was not as close as it should have been. As you can see here, it's kind of in the mid candle, to be honest, but it wasn't as close down as it should have been. So the second candle here, this red one, kind of came down too far, and I couldn't stomach it because my entry was not as good. And when you're playing with a small account, like, the losses need to be very small, and I need to tell myself that, remember that. But I just didn't want to do it, so I just got out right away. So I continued to watch this, and I entered 2 more calls at 1014 on the beginning of this crossover. You can see the 9s crossing the 21, and what I mean by that is the EMA. So the 9 EMA is crossing over the 21, which is the dark blue. 9 is light, 21 is dark. And I do that because you're older, you're more mature, like a fine wine, a deeper red. I saw it, I got in here, it pushed up, okay? And I'm thinking at this point, like, that's a fat move. And then I saw this start to open red, and I just got out. Because on a scalp, I just want to play pushes, momentums, and that's all I did. I mean, I could have, I guess, held this, but this would have scared me out. I would have stopped out of here for a loss, been pissed, not got back in here, and missed everything. So I'm glad I just took this because I know this would have got me out. And I'm seeing a lot left on the table here, but like, it is what it is. I also could have seen this as a flag. So something more like this, waited for that kind of pull back here to the breakout here, is probably more what I could have looked at there, but I saw this crossover here and I just wanted to get in there. So this would have shook me out. I could have have waited if I never got back in, but you know what? Shoulda, coulda, woulda is not the name of this damn game. So let's bring up the P&L. The P&L today, well, that day, Monday, I made $75.40. Super happy with this, honestly. Like AMD, I didn't make that much, obviously, because I took the L on the first trade, but real happy with this. Now let's get into Tuesday and see what happened. Now Tuesday, here we go. Here's NVIDIA. Now, if you watched last week's video, you know NVIDIA is the one that gave me my first ever $100 trade. So I'm watching NVIDIA here. I see this huge move upside off the open. I really see it start to squeeze in this pennant formation yet again. So I get in right here. I kind of missed the wick down here right off the EMA. So I got in right here, kind of in the middle of this wick with 2 contracts, and it pushed up. I scaled out one right here, and then I scaled out another at the top of this wick. Now, not bad, like very good, scaled out with a profit. I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, the only thing I could say is maybe wanting to get in a little bit later here, but overall, I'm happy with this. Then I start to watch it kind of pull back, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe we're flagging here, kind of pulling back to the EMA. So I saw this, and I got in calls on the upside at the top of this wick. Then NVIDIA, it moves really fast. I mean, this is the second time I've traded, so I don't want to mess with it too much. And I saw it fall underneath the EMA, and I'm like, ooh. So I got out because I don't want to mess with it. But looking at it now, that's extremely frustrating because it did exactly what I thought it was going to do, kind of pull here, flag back, and burst out into God knows what, and I could have made God knows how much. So you could say this is frustrating. First trade, awesome. Second trade was not bad. I just couldn't stomach that pullback. I didn't want it to just crash on me, and I need to work on that. Like, I need to work on either getting super good with my entries or being like, okay, let's actually see it close below. You know what I mean? And like see the next one open. So I don't know. Maybe I need to downsize when I play something like NVIDIA. I mean, I'm only trading 2 contracts, so it's like, I don't know. It's a mental thing I have to work on. But in hindsight, this was beautiful. Broke out and went on for sheesh, another $2 or so. So that's a little bit frustrating. This is the only trade I took on Tuesday. And here is the P&L for Tuesday. So I ended up only making $28.37. Could have been a lot more if I didn't take the L and just held it, I guess. But you can't do that in this game. You can't think about what could have been, what should have been, what was. But $28.37. Now let's go to Wednesday, because Wednesday was a pain in my butt. Okay, Wednesday. Now I was so infuriated on Wednesday that I didn't even chart the charts and like to show you what happened, because I want to take a slight small responsibility for it, okay? Because I did make a stupid trade. I got in, okay, I'm not even gonna waste time on Wednesday because it's already boiling my blood a little bit. So I got into a trade and stopped out for a really small loss, like 10, 15 bucks, whatever. Was kind of waiting to see what happens. I had a beautiful bear pennant. So we had a huge crash. We're squeezing just like the other 2 patterns I just showed you. And I'm in, okay? And I'm in on the put side because we're gonna go down. That's a bear pennant, is a downward pattern. Then we get this little, this like wick up, okay? And I'm thinking, shit. So I get out and I get in on the opposite side, knowing we're in the pattern of a bear pennant. I trade this, I've traded this, I look at this, I study this. This is what I'm trying to master. And for some reason, I get in on the call side, which is so stupid. But not only is that stupid, the freaking stock starts pooping down, okay? Pooping, just absolutely just like... I'm hitting sell market. It's coming up like, oh, too volatile. We can't sell. We can't do it. It's not letting me sell anything. So I'm here holding a loser for God knows how long. It's like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m., whatever. I am running out of here trying to find my phone so I can log on to the Webull mobile app and close my position out. And you want to know what happened to me? This is what happened to me, you guys. $96.95 I lost. Pretty much my entire Monday and Tuesday profits I lost in one day because I was stupid. My platform was confusing. I haven't been using it that long, so I didn't know what was going on, and it slapped me in half. And I was so livid. I just shut everything down and moved on with my day. I was like, I'm not trading tomorrow. I'm not doing this anymore. But your girl said, you know what? Quitters will never be winners. So we moved on to Thursday, and let me show you what happened. All right, so Thursday, NVIDIA is the first one I traded here. Now, I was pretty happy with this. Let's check it out. So I entered right here, 2 calls. I knew we had this resistance level prior here that we needed to break through. So we broke through resistance, and I don't want to chase anything, obviously, because then my entrance is like super high away from the EMA, which I never really want. So I waited for a pullback, saw this wick touch this resistance level and somewhat decently close to the EMA. I got in 2 calls at this 938 wick. This thing came up pretty good, pretty strong. We broke through, and I saw some hesitation here kind of at this level, and I got out right away, literally 2 minutes. That was a green trade. Not mad, but obviously you can see here, this thing went up like another $2 or something like that. But when I'm scalping, you guys, I'm really just looking for 20, 30, 40 cent moves. Like it's really nothing crazy. And I need to remember that too, so I don't beat myself up about this kind of stuff. So then I saw this pull back. And to be honest with you, this would have been another good entrance. See how this kind of flagged back down towards the EMA and then broke out of that flag? Like that could have been another good entrance for me, but I didn't take it. And I mean, this thing just continued to crank. Like I don't even know what was going on here. So we're cranking up here. Then I entered one call right here. Not good. Just not good because it wicked down. This other big red candle came down here, right? So I'm in it right here for the upside because I thought we were going to have another one of these moments and I was trying to anticipate stuff. So I exited literally like a minute later at the bottom of the wick for a slight loss right here. So I'm like, okay, chill, girl, chill. So then I saw this candle come down, tag so close to the EMA right here. I got in 2 more calls, saw this come up. I saw the flag obviously here. We broke out of the flag and I sold at the top of this green candle. I was in this for 4 minutes. I am pretty happy with this. This was a little stupid because I'm like anticipating things and I'm like trying not to do that. Happy I got out, but also happy I got right back in because that's something for me that I need to learn. Like as a scalper, I can get in and out like multiple times within a few minutes. Like it's not wrong. I saw this, I got in and I rode this thing up here. I mean, obviously this thing came back. We ended up moving further, but you never know, right? So I'm so happy with this, not mad at all. Then I go to Apple. Okay, so I'm seeing Apple here, not honestly doing much, like super wicky, super annoying. I see it kind of start to squeeze up here to the pre-market high of the 152.35. And so I entered 2 calls kind of on this. I tried to get on the pullback here because I was watching this and then I saw it shoot up. I'm like, okay, this is it. So I got in mid wick here for kind of this break and kind of take off of the resistance. That clearly did not happen. And so we look at this fat stupid thing. So this thing, well, I was in the green at one point. I mean, it did come up here, but I didn't sell it. So I held it. And so it came all the way back down. We closed under the EMA and the second one opened red. And I was like, okay, I'm getting out. I mean, this was not a good trade, but honestly, like the thought process, I don't think was that bad. You can let me know down below. I just thought we were squeezing up here, kind of making a triangle and we were going to break through and kind of, you know, get up to 152.50, 152.55. So I didn't sell there. I held it. And you know, I was thinking maybe this was possibly just going to continue to kind of get a little bit tighter. That's why I didn't sell it. And I was trying to learn from my mistakes of like letting little pullbacks like get me out of big moves. Obviously it's a red, like you're gonna have red trades. It's not gonna be great. I don't know. This is like one I'm not super mad about, not obviously super happy with, but like it is what it is. Like it just didn't work for me. But then we went to AMD. Now here we go. Okay, so we have a little bit of a move here. I see we crossed right here. Okay, and we kind of shot up. We're making this kind of bull pennant pattern here, this little pull back to the EMA, kind of squeezing towards the tip. I get in on this wick right here on the EMA, 2 calls to the upside, got out right here at the top wick at 10:03, so literally 1 minute for a slight gain. Now, if we're looking at this, a homegirl could have held this all the way up to $135, $135.67, and I did not do that. But that's okay because I'm trying to just take these quick moves. But watching it, like there was another opportunity here. We pulled back. I could have got in here, took it up another little bit. Watch this doji, obviously super wicky, indecisive, broke out, pulled back, broke out. I mean, it was just following that beautiful kind of staircase pattern that I love all day. But I don't have all day because the girl's got a job. So it is what it is, and I took that. But you guys, here's the real kicker. Here is Thursday's P&L, okay? $110.10. My second over $100 day I've ever had. One happened last week, one happened this week. Now, obviously looking at this, like if I didn't take that Apple trade, it could have been $150, $160, but it wasn't, and it is what it is. And I will take this any day of the week because remember, I had just lost like $96. So I made it back in a little bit more to fight back, to live another day, and that felt really good. Even though I left a lot on the table, that felt super good. So you guys, that puts my weekly P&L at $116.92. And then you can also see that the overall total of your portfolio is $2,539.83. Now this is honestly not a huge deal, and it's really not a lot of money to make in a full week for a lot of people. People make this in like the first seconds of a Monday, but for me, it's huge. And so I just really want to take the momentum, focus, study more, practice more, and I'm super excited to see what week 6 holds for me. So if you want to see the weeks before this, the playlist is down below. If you could smash a thumbs up for you, girl. It really does help the channel out. If you're new here and you like making money, having a good ass time, please consider subscribing by hitting the MB in the bottom corner or that red subscribe button. And if you want to just see last week and last week only, watch this video right here. And like always, guys, I love ya. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.